Be open to the possibility that you might be wrong. Open to the possibility that you need to change. Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel, if you are new here, I strive to motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. And if that type of content interests you, can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, to like this video, to share it. All those nice things are good for the YouTube algorithms, and that way we would grow and we would be able to reach more people who you and I both know would be able to benefit from the contents of these videos. It's always so nice to see all of you, and I really enjoy spending time with you, even when we have to talk about those uncomfortable topics like arguments, or as I would prefer to put it, disagreements in a relationship. Now, disagreements are inevitable. It happens in all relationships. It's undeniable. But what matters is how they are dealt with. Now, the way you deal with an issue with your partner, it can determine if your relationship is healthy or unhealthy. That's what I will be sharing with you in today's episode. I'll give you some tips and advice on how to and things that you can keep in mind that will help you handle your next argument in a healthy way. On top of my list is respect. Now, you should always maintain a calm and respectful demeanor during heated conversations. You should never cross lines and start insulting your partner. And gentlemen, this one is for you. And I guess to you ladies too. Keep your cool. A man who raises his voice is an absolute no-go. It's absolutely disrespectful, it's plain rude, but it's also intimidating. And that's not how a gentleman should handle things, nor a lady. Keep the focus of on the dispute, on the issue at hand, and don't bring personal feelings and vendettas into it. Also, if your partner consistently gets very heated or aggressive and even start cursing, then those are signs that your relationship may be abusive. No matter what caused the argument, no one should yell at you, curse, or otherwise make you feel uncomfortable and or scared, God forbids, when you are arguing. You should never feel like you are being attacked or need to tread carefully to not make your partner any angrier. If you're not careful, you can win the argument but lose the person in the process. The aim should never be victory, but progress. That's why it's important to create a welcoming environment for open communication. Now, in a healthy relationship, you and your partner should be able, without any fuss, to communicate openly with each other about what is bothering you and what is going well in the relationship. It should just be like that. It's important to not only talk about the problems in the relationship, but also the positives, so no one can feel like they are doing everything wrong. If you feel like you can't talk openly about important things to your partner, like life issues and money and aspirations, or anything that matters to you, then that might be a sign that your relationship may be unhealthy. It goes without saying, everybody. If you can't express your feelings without the fear of retaliation from your partner or them getting utterly upset and things like being defensive, then your relationship may be heading to a dead end. That brings me to my next point, which is more of a warning. Watch out for arguments that stem from a need for control. Someone who is argumentative is always ready to disagree or start arguing with other people. Some people's desire to control is so strong that it infringes on other people's rights and well-being. If you feel like your partner may be trying to control what you do, then that is a big red flag. If your partner is mad that you communicate with other people, especially the opposite sex, whether this is work related or you're just saying thank you to someone who made way for you or who greeted you. If your significant other doesn't like you prioritizing anything or anyone over them, they want to limit the time you spend with friends, other people in general. If that's the case, then those might be signs that your partner may be trying to control you. Even if they try to rationalize it by saying something like, the normal excuses, I'm just overprotective, or it's my trust issues, or it's because I love you. I want you to hear me out. No one should ever try to control you, especially not your partner. It's not healthy. And if any of these behaviors sound familiar to you, your relationship may be abusive and you should seek help. When handling conflict in your relationship, you should seek to find some middle ground. Now, finding middle ground is not always easy, because needs are often so diametrically opposed, and yet when we realize that people more than anything want to feel heard and understood, finding the middle ground can become a simpler process. It's about letting go of your pride and the need to be right all the time. Compromising is absolute key. You must be willing to accommodate another's perspective and leave the ground that you stand on. Finding a balance between what both partners want and are comfortable with, that's very important. If you both care about making this relationship work, you will come to an agreement. You will compromise on things without feeling like you are making huge sacrifices for your relationship, because you want the best for your relationship. Compromising, as I mentioned, is a key way to resolve conflicts, and finding a middle ground when you are willing to do this, it might be easier than you think. Just be willing. That's the key. Just be willing to openly communicate and be open to the possibility that you might be wrong, open to the possibility that you need to change. The fact that things doesn't always go your way is not necessarily, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That is, if the overall relationship wins. And lastly, get to the root of the problem. Sometimes when you argue with your partner, it is because someone's needs are not being met. If it seems like your partner is sweating the small stuff, take a moment to evaluate whether there is a larger issue at hand. For instance, let me make an example. If your partner is upset that you are partying in the middle of the week, they might want you to designate more time for your relationship, which is fair. You need to be more considerate. You need to be more compassionate. You need to be more kinder. I guess the point I'm bringing across here is for you to consider things from your partner's point of view. Just be more considerate and put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if the roles were reversed? Be understanding of your partner instead of just trying to push your point across. And silly small things can, if you are not careful, eventually cause a huge wedge in your relationship. And I get it. Even the best of relationships run into problems sometimes. It's inevitable. You're both tired from work, or the kids are in trouble at school, or your in-laws, another one, are getting on your last nerve. You know how it goes. Life throws all kinds of challenges at the relationship, from relocation to redundancy to illness. It's no wonder problems arise in even the strongest of relationships. The best you can do to keep a relationship running smoothly is to solve problems before they snowball into bigger relationship problems. Let me share this dichotomy with you. It's strange, but the root cause of pain and sadness is love. The root cause of fraud is trust. Separation is the result of being together, and the root cause of the end is the beginning. Think about that. Thank you so much, everybody, for once again joining me on today's episode. Now, if this episode was of value to you, can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, to like this video, and to share this video to those that you know would be able to benefit from the contents thereof. And if you would like to subscribe, but you don't know how to, let me just explain to you. Easy. Two things. First of all, it is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a cent. And secondly, it is really easy. You can just click that subscriber button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and please remember to hit the all notifications, and that way you would be notified and you won't miss out whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.